What's up? Like, follow, subscribe, Treeline Podcast. I'm fucking chilling today. I'm just trying to figure out something to do, something to talk about. So, I ain't got nothing to talk about today, so I'm just kicking it, man. What's happening? Today, actually last night, man, I had a freaking creepy dream, dude. And I told a friend about it, and they sent me a little video to watch. And it's like a dream interpretation thing. And those things are just made to creep you the hell out, dude. I do not suggest you interpret your dreams, man. You should just let them kind of just be what they are. But yeah, I had a super creepy dream last night, man. So I sleep. Okay, so I live in a house basically by myself. So I sleep on the couch in the living room because this whole house is basically my bedroom. So I fucking A, dude. I can't even get comfortable. So I was sleeping on the couch last night, and I thought I was awake because everything looked like I looked up and I seen the couch, like the side of the damn couch. I was laying on it, right? I could look over and see the couch where, the back of the couch, and then the TV and shit over there, and all my other stuff, like the living room stuff, and but it was like moonlit. You know what I mean? It wasn't super dark. It was like this moonlit kind of color back here. I don't know if you see that bluish, but it wasn't that bright though. But it was like dark, but it was like moonlit. It wasn't super dark, and but it was a creepy dream because it was like I was laying on. I felt like I was awake because I could see it. Just looked like my living room, and it looked like where I was asleep, and over the edge of the couch is like this skinny little hand, man. It just like starts messing with me, and I'm like fighting it off, but I'm asleep. But now I know that like I'm like asleep paralysis. I know it because I can't like move, like I'm trying to fight him off. I can't really do anything, and I can't make any sound. So I got like sleep paralysis nightmare, and it freaking sucked, dude. But all I saw was that one little like pale arm, and I was just like trying to fight it off. And finally, when I woke up, I was just freaking drenched in sweat. So I don't know if I ate something that was jacked up or what, dude. But my body reacted to something. Must have been something I ate. I don't know. Or I don't know. Because then I seen some of these dream interpretations, man. And they got you thinking about freaking demons. They got you thinking about angels and demons. And then they got you thinking about... Well, they got some interesting things, like talking about like self-help stuff. A lot of these interpreters talk about like your dreams supposedly, I guess, like tell you about yourself. Like if you're fighting yourself in your dream or whatever, I guess that means you're getting over something. I don't know. There's some weird, cool stuff to it too, I guess. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that I had a creepy dream last night, and then me trying to figure out an interpretation of it wasn't the best idea because it just creeped me out more. So I don't know. If you want to interpret your dreams, man, you do your thing. I just had a really freaking weird dream last night, and I thought I'd take a look at it, and it's probably the last time I'll take a look at it, interpreting my dreams. But it was weird. It was a weird dream. But yeah, besides that, man, I've just been working a lot. I know I've been working a lot because I think about it, and if I'm thinking about it, that means it's taking up a lot of my time, and it's not time I like spending doing what I'm doing, but obviously you got to do what you got to do to make your money. But what I do is like, I guess I'm not going to get too deep into the details, but I'm like customer service for now. I'm like customer service for, pest control services, man. I hooked up with this gig where I could do it from home, and which gives me a lot of time to do this. So I can't really, make excuses not to get in here and record because now I got the time to do it. But so I got this gig, and dude, no one. And look, man, I'm not going to say the name of the company I work for because I don't want to get in trouble ever. But let's be real, man. All you guys out there, dude, let's be real, man. Pest control services is kind of scammy. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of scammy. A lot of that shit you could just buy at Home Depot and do yourself, man, for much cheaper. But I don't know. I guess people are just so fixated on they have to... I guess people get fixated on if you could pay someone else to do something, then it's just a service. It's just like it's not something that humans should do, I guess. But like a lot, before all these services, man, like humans were doing shit for themselves. Like before pest control services, people were killing, bugs themselves. But and then when people call, man, and they get upset, dude, they'll call and they'll be like, "Look, man, this guy came out for like 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm paying all this money, and they just did this. I feel like I can do that." Like, what the fuck do I say to that? What do I say to that, dude? Like, yeah, man, I feel like you could do it too, bro. I feel like you probably could, But these people, man, they just, I guess they're fixated on just other people doing things for them. And I get it because you're paying so much money. But, so I understand if it's a super easy job. Well, I'm not, come on, man. I don't know if it's super easy. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. I'm not a pest technician or nothing like that. But I do know that you can buy a lot of like pest, shit from fucking anywhere basically and kill pests yourselves and, clean your own shit out and seal up your own holes and shit in your house so the bugs don't get in. I know people can do that, but they pay all this money for someone else to do it. And then I don't know. But I mean, it's just crazy how people, they spend so much money on something that's really super easy and cheap to do on your own. Like super easy and super cheap. Like if you got holes that bugs are getting in at and you can identify them, dude, caulk that shit, bro. Caulk that up, dude. And then if you got fucking, if you got, it gets hot in the summer, a lot of people get a little bit more bugs in the summertime in Florida and shit, dude. You can go buy home defense at Walmart, dude. Or you can buy that at you can probably buy a little bit of a stronger one even. Probably at Walmart, but I know for sure you get that like Home Depot or Lowe's. So like I don't know where people got this idea where you have to buy pest services because probably because they saw a commercial on cable TV. That's another poison, man. Get off cable TV, bro. Get off that shit. That shit's like smoking cigarettes. It's just not cool anymore. Cable TV is not cool anymore, man. Yeah, dude. Literally all the TV I watch, dude, is on freaking YouTube. I'll watch Netflix. Like if I want to like watch Seinfeld or have Seinfeld on in the background and fall asleep to, I'll watch some Seinfeld. But most of the time, dude, I'm on YouTube, man, and I'm watching everything, bro. I'm watching the disclosure stuff. I'm watching podcasts. I'm watching some of these gamer dudes. They got huge followings. They kind of get, they talk a lot because they're gaming and streaming all the time. So everything they say is recorded and people, watch what they say. And a lot of their shit is just a lot of bitching. And then now they get roped up into bitching, like bitching about politics and stuff. So a lot, some of these gamer dudes, they catch themselves in these, debates, political debates on YouTube, and they get millions of views. It's just out of this freaking world, dude. But it's just funny to see like a lot of these critical thinking minds aren't the ones walking around the White House. They're the ones like experts at these Call of Duty games, bro. Like these are the guys, they got it going. There's something moving, something clicking up here. The ones that are fucking, on these games all the time. I don't know what it is, if it just activates something in your brain. But dude, these kids, bro, they're geniuses, man. And, and they're just smarter, dude. I don't know what it is, man. Anyway, that was a fun thought. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty weird yesterday. The one I did about the Marines out at 29 Palms. That was something weird, man, because let me tell you something, dude. I said it yesterday too, but I've been out there, man. I ain't seen nothing like that. But they are dark nights. You know what I mean? They're bright stars out there at night at 29 Palms. Let me tell you something. The brightest stars I've ever seen, all right? The brightest stars I've ever seen at night, and this is from when I was a kid, and maybe that's why it stuck with me so for so long. It's just because they were such bright stars. But I was living in Colorado. I was living in Durango, Colorado, and over there in Colorado, man, and Durango, it's not a huge city. It's not like Denver or nothing. It's just a small town, but they got like, I guess, suburbs to it, and we lived up the mountain a bit, so it was even less light pollution in the sky, and it was even brighter stars at night. It was just super. I remember when I was a kid, it was just super beautiful looking in the sky. Another thing in Colorado is the elk, dude. Like we would wake up in the morning and there'd be like a herd of elk in the backyard, dude. How many elk are in freaking Colorado? Because, dude, we would see herds like every other couple of days. Elk in Colorado population. 280,000 elk in Colorado, dude. That's a shit ton. That's a lot. You know, that's a lot of elk. Yeah, I wonder how many bear are in Colorado, dude. That's pretty crazy, man. Where are all these bear at, dude? All these elk. That's a lot of elk. Where the fucking bear ain't doing shit, bro. Let's see these bears out here. There's only 17 to 20,000 bears in Colorado. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that's insane, man. But wasn't there like a huge mass killing of bears like in the early like 1700s or something? Wasn't there like a campaign to kill grizzly bears in the United States? I think there was. I love bears, man. That Grizzly Man documentary is something you should check out if you haven't. This dude lives in the wild. Actually, let me look up this dude. This dude lives in the wild. Or he used to. He's dead now. He was killed by a bunch of grizzly bears because he was living with them in Alaska. Just living with them in the woods, and I guess like the bears thought he was crazy because they let him live with them for months, and I guess he was doing this for a couple of summers, and finally, he was killed. When was he killed? Anyways, I'm pretty sure you can't see if there is a video, you can't see it, but there's an audio. I guess some audio was recorded of when the death happened, and it is gruesome, man. I think you got to watch the Grizzly Man documentary, and you can watch that on shit. You can watch that. Well, you could go figure out yourself where you can watch that. How about that? Because I'm not digging that up. But it's an old documentary from like 2005, and this guy would go out there like every summer, and he would go live among the bears, like pitch a tent, live out in Alaska in the wild during the summer with crazy, just giant grizzly bears. And in the documentary, he has like a fox that's like his friend. That the fox is like a dog. It's like his pet dog that lives in the wild with him. It's a pet fox, and he's got the pet fox living with him for months. And then he goes and comes for days. Like the fox will go away for a couple of days and come back. It's like it's weird, kind of. I don't know, just kind of. It's just a weird lifestyle he had living out in the wild. Had a pet fox, literally trying to talk, trying to like coming within like. I'm trying to say you and me, but the camera's like, okay, probably come like this close. He was getting to these bears, man. I think at one point in the documentary, he actually almost like touched one. Like this dude's lost his mind. And then some of the people on the documentary like talk about him because they get asked questions about it, and they talk about how this guy fucking is crazy, dude. Like who does that, man? Unless you got some kind of mental problem, man. You don't just go living with grizzly bears. And that's what this cat was doing. His name was damn. I want to make sure we get his name. Oh man, what the heck is it? Herzog. Was that his name? No, what was his name? What was his name? I think Herzog was the guy that ended up directing it, which is really, I guess in this case, when you direct a documentary like that, that's basically just footage left behind from someone who was killed in the process. A director is really just, a software engineer, I guess, or someone who cuts and slices and, video editing, I guess, is what the director would be considered in this specific situation. But yeah, what's his freaking name, dude? They don't even have his name, like... Okay, his name is Treadwell. Timothy Treadwell. Timothy Treadwell died in 2003, October 5th, 2003. He was killed by grizzly bears, all right? And I guess they had to, like, kill one of the grizzly bears that ended up eating some of the whatever was left over of these guys. Because, okay, hear me out, man. So the way he when he died, that last summer he went up there to spend with the grizzly bears, he brought his girlfriend with him. And his girlfriend, first of all, like, you got to really fucking love somebody to go into the woods with them to look for big grizzly bears without the intent to shoot them or without the intent to defend yourself in any capacity. Like, you got to really love this dude. You know what I mean? To have that kind of faith. Like, this chick must have loved that guy. That's all I got to say, man. Anyways, so she really loved that guy. And they went off to Alaska, man. And then they did a couple of months. I think they got a couple of months into this summer. And then at the very end there, I guess they were calling from the sat phone asking for help because they had already started getting attacked by one of the bears. And then you just hear a recording of their last moments, which is basically him begging the bear, or no, I think he's screaming like apologies to the bear. I'm sorry, or no, I love you, or something. Telling the bear like crazy things that crazy people tell people things. Like that's the kind of things he's saying to the bears, and he's yelling this shit at the bear as he's fucking getting eaten alive. And you can hear everything on the audio. And his girlfriend, you can hear her screaming because she's getting eaten alive too. But yeah, Timothy Treadwell, man, died in 2003. Check him out, man. That documentary blew my freaking mind. It's been out for years, man. It's not news, but I'm saying, like, check it out, dude. Crazy fucking story. But yeah, I guess, like, to avoid situations like this, to bring me back to what we were talking about, to avoid situations like this, I think there was a campaign to kill a lot of bears back in like the 1700s. Obviously, this guy missed the fucking train for that, or missed the boat, or whatever the fuck the term is. This guy just wants to hang out with bears, and it killed him. All right. But I wanted to see if there was a campaign to kill grizzly bears in the United States. Campaign, right, to kill grizzly bears in United States. No, see it now. Okay, so I guess that's why I hate Google, dude. Like, you got to be so specific. It's like Montana asked for federal protection. You think I'm asking about a campaign to kill bears now? You think I'm that stupid, Google? Or was it Microsoft Bing? The fuck is Bing, dude? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, so no, that's not what I was looking for. I did not think there'd be a campaign to kill bears now in 2023 because I'm not a fucking idiot. So I'm going to look for a campaign to kill bears in the United States in early colonial, I guess. Maybe that's all I need. Let's see. All right. Hudson Bay Company trapping records show that 3,788 grizzly bear hides were shipped from trading posts in the North Cascades area between 1827 and 1859. Wow, dude. Yeah, they were knocking them out, bro. They just had enough of them, I guess. Well, they're very dangerous too, and their pelts probably sold for, I don't know how much they were selling for, but I'm sure they were valuable if they were, well, a lot of pelts were valuable back then. That was a lot of the trade, I think, was the pelts. Grizzly bear history, dramatic declines. Yeah, okay, so this is getting into, like, statistics I wasn't even asking about. See, dude, like, anyways. Yeah, but there was a campaign, because I know there were grizzly bears all throughout the United States, and I think there might even be some stragglers, dude, like in the northern Montana and North Dakota maybe, and Washington State and stuff maybe. There's probably some up north there, I don't know. But I know that they were more widespread in the United States, and then they were eventually all wiped out by, I think, the colonists as they were pushing west. They were killing grizzlies. And you know what? I don't know, man. I don't want to talk on the Native Americans front because I really don't know. But I don't know if they possibly, because I'm not sure, dude, but I think they operated like that. I think they were selling pelts to the British too. Did Native Americans sell pelts to the British? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure they did. Did Native Americans sell pelts to British. Yes. It just says flat out yes. The 17th century New Plymouth, the Pilgrims trade with the natives focused on the three F's: fur for beaver and otter pelts, and then fish and forest, which is wood. So fish, forest, and pelts, I guess, were the biggest trades going on at the time, and Native Americans took a huge part in that as well. The Pilgrims would send these goods back to the forest bearers, England. Oh, okay, so they would send wood back to England. They would buy wood from the Native Americans, I guess, patch it up or sell it back to England. Oh, there's all kinds of trades going on, man. You know, if you want to check out a good show, man, about the pelt trade in up there in the Great Lakes area, check out Frontier on Netflix. That has what's his name, Jason Momoa in it, and it's before like some of his movies and stuff. It's a little older, but it's cool. It's historic. It's based off history, based off fact. So like it's cool to watch. It's like docu series, but it's a dramatic docu series. It's pretty good. It's called Frontier. With Jason Momoa, and it's about the pelt trade throughout the Great Lakes area between the Native Americans, the colonists, and the Brits, and a lot of like dirty trading going on there, and a lot of like murder and a lot of crazy shit going on. You should check it out. Frontier on Netflix. That can explain the pelt trade pretty well, because that was a huge trade that was going on. The beginning of this country was the pelt trade. Anyways, like I said, I didn't have a whole lot to talk about today, and I think I talked enough. So I love you guys. Again, please, I'm burping. I'm sorry. Like, follow, subscribe, Treeline Podcast, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep it real. Hey, there was no real subject today, man. I just kind of ripped it off the fucking whatever. I just wanted to talk about whatever. I just felt like, fuck it. I'm not going to fucking try to prep too much. I'm just going to be me, and hopefully you guys can roll with me and try to go as long as I can. And here we are, bro. I love you guys. Like, follow, subscribe, Treeline Podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later.